With today's close, we are looking at the fifth consecutive day higher following last Friday's test of the weekly time frame volume point of control. You can see that as the yellow line here on my chart. Sunday evening, gap up into Monday, bit of a trend day there, and pretty much just follow through every single day from Monday. Where this starts to get interesting is into this recent lower high here on the daily time frame in the 4400 4420 zone. Now, as you may or may not know, a trend is characterized as a series of lower highs, lower lows, or vice versa. So once price tests and potentially breaks this most recent lower high, that's what triggers a change in character. It can really show that bulls are regaining control of this tape. As of right now, this is just a rally. Even though it is huge, this is just a rally within the context of a downtrend which started in early July. So we don't really have a change in character until you see some sustained action above 44.31. This does not mean necessarily that I'm bearish or anything like that. It's just a observation about what the chart is showing. Definitely after 5 consecutive days higher, you usually want to see some type of breather. Now, after a move of this magnitude, remember this is almost as far as the weekly time frame is concerned, this is almost a 2 ATR move that we've seen here. Normal ATR is about 130 points. We're looking at about 250 or so, 240 for the week. So not quite a 2 ATR move, but pretty substantial. Weekly chart also showing a bit of a bullish engulfing here. Did not technically engulf the entirety of last week's candle. You would need to open below last week's candle for that to be true, but great strength, right? Obviously a broad buy bar. And so we'll just see how this materializes into next week. Kind of the main focus on Monday is going to be this 4400 area. You do have the 50 MA right here, but I'm mostly focused on essentially how this zone is going to be treated. 30-point zone here. Now, if we drag this to the left, you can see the significance of this area. It was prior support back in August, turned into resistance, and so we want to see how this daily pivot is going to be treated, and we should get a test either on Monday, maybe on Tuesday. The thing to watch for now after this type of move is some type of correction, at least in the near term, that would be healthy if this is going to sustain itself higher. Price can correct either through time or through actual price, which would look like a pullback. So you can either have a pullback or some type of consolidation like we saw here mid-October. So that's one thing to be watching for into Monday, Tuesday, potentially Wednesday of next week. If we get a look at NQ, this is also pretty interesting coming into a bit of trend line resistance here. I'm not really a trend line guy, but this is something that we want to keep our eyes on. If price can break this 15,300 area up into 15,500, this resistance zone, again, very similar to ES, you have that change in character, which is really going to trigger even more buying, right? You have a daily time frame change in character. It is a structural change in what the chart shows. So that would be a very, very bullish development into, at the very least, end of year, right? Into early January. So we got to think about big picture here. As far as individual names, I'm looking at AMD. There's a potential swing watch. We're talking about the change in character. This is what you see with a change in character here. AMD series of lower highs, right? Marks a low. Now you have a break of that most recent lower high. So buyers are clearly taking over here. I want to see some type of consolidation or some type of pullback to get involved with this breakout play. That is a swing trade that I'll be looking at into next week. We have coin as a potential day trade. I did like this one. I saw it earlier when I was scanning. I did like this one a little closer to that 88.5. You can see the fib level here drawn from those June lows up into this extension up here, 114 area. It's respecting the fibs pretty well. We do have some tight consolidation here. This is a nice range to work with. So we're just looking for potential breakout of this range here. Now, it wouldn't be bad to see some type of consolidation through here, right? And then it resolves higher. So that is one potential scenario that I'll be watching for on coin. May not materialize on Monday, but this is something we want to keep an eye on next week. Also have Carvana. This is a short squeeze candidate. Massive short float in this name, doing big volume today. Reported earnings, and so we just want to see if there's any follow through up above pretty much the 21 MA. You could call it 32.3 there. Looking for continuation up into 37, maybe into 40 on Carvana. We have CVX as an inside day. So anytime you have that inside day on big volume, that is something you want to be watching for, especially with a setup like this. You have that selling, a lot of accumulation through here. It resolves higher. Now we have an inside day. The next logical move here is for another buy bar. So CVX will be a long watch come Monday. DraftKings crushed this one today. Just looking for the second day play. Looking for continuation up through 34. That'll trigger the breakout on this one. Pretty straightforward. Then we have Net. Another second day trade, was actually looking for the daily breakdown today. Did not even get close to that trigger level. So that idea did not materialize. Triggered the long. This was posted as a no bias play. And so what we want to see now is that's some type of continuation up through 65. Again, very similar to that second day trade we've been watching for most of the week. It's been working nicely. Speaking of second day, ROKU today was that second day play. You see how nice that continuation is up through that first day move. So just looking for continued momentum in this ROKU on Monday. And then SQ, another second day watch. So reported earnings. We do have a bit of selling today off of that gap. We just want to see how price. Let's take a look at this first day move. So yeah, we'll be watching that first day volume point of control there at 49.3. Wanting to see the reaction versus essentially this first day structure and take it from there. So that's pretty much the list for Monday. Again, main watch is going to be the ES versus that 4400, 4420 zone. This is big time area of resistance for now. And Q, very similar. We have it into this 15300 area. So that is the list for Monday. Hope everyone had a great week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday morning. Take care.